So I'm going to go straight away to Alana and a bit of a progress on the user interface. We've been working on the user profile here, so that users can access their profile, first name, and so on. Save it. That's going to be stored on the on the database. The idea as well is with the use of the Jupyter notebooks in Python, you will need some tokens. And instead of using your username and password, you could just simply log in with your email. And in this case, this is the account that I'm using. And then the password here. I'm actually going to log out for a second. So you can also change your password and log out. I'm going to change my user for a bit because I have more privileges. I can do more things with this account. So again, if I go here and if I do Alana token, I would introduce my email, my password, and the token will appear here at the top. I'm not going to show you how to do it because it will be showing my token, and the idea is that you generate your own token and you don't have to share that because it's effectively using your user account to do anything that you're doing, creating new fields or creating wells and setting up production data into the wells. All that it's going to be associated to the user that you have. So the data at the moment for the data source, what we are doing is this interface here where you can come here, create a field, and then associate a block, country, and basin, and so on. And then there is a bit of work that we're doing on managing the access to the different objects in Alana, so that you can share with your teams, you can share with anyone that you would like to share the data that you're loading. And you can make it public or private. And even if it's private, you can edit some of that configuration and then share with a particular person with different levels of access. Okay. In the economics module, it's what we're doing is creating a catalog where you can have multiple price decks, multiple objects with the capex associated. For instance, if you have a well or you have a pump or anything that you would like to add here, you can add those, and you can add them with particular dates or where those elements, let's say if you're doing a seismic 2D, 3D exploration well, and so on, I should be able to come here and add a tag price. Let's say this is going to be, I don't know, $10 million. That's going to be stored there. So the idea is that we can record the those items here. We can record the OPEX, abandonment, and the production that we're going to use for the economic analysis. So this is a new module that it's going to be probably ready very soon, and we are 80% there. But the idea is that once you have all these elements here and more elements that we have to add, we'll have a catalog and in the or a scenario that you can build. And in that scenario, you can set up, for instance, if you have a new well, what is the capex associated to that well from the catalog, what is the OPEX associated, and so on. And this is a bit of information about when the scenario was created and with some description about the scenario, start date, end date, and so on. In this case, it says that the scope is private. So it means that some people, and only the people that I will give access will be able to see the scenario. So if I go to that scenario, for instance, let me see, where is it that I can edit the scenario? Let me go to the catalog, and I go to this particular scenario. Yes. So I should be able to, so for instance, I should be able to edit, if it's a private object, I should be able to assign permissions to some users and then state whether they can read, whether they can edit, or whether they have full access. It's a bit of a progress on most of the objects that that we have in the front end.